This is 24-hour News 8 at 11 on Wish TV, your 24-hour news source.
A show of contempt for President Bush in one of his surprise trips overseas. We'll have this story in a minute, but first we begin with breaking news. It's out of downtown. Firefighters battled a house fire near Lucas Oil Stadium.
The fire broke out on Illinois and McCarty Streets late tonight. No one was inside. In fact, we're told the house was abandoned. Two other buildings next to it were also damaged. There's no word yet on what started this fire.
Meantime, firefighters from 5 area departments battled this raging fire at Taylor Oil Company. This fire broke out in Zionsville this afternoon. Someone driving by noticed the smoke coming from the building and called 911. When firefighters arrived, they found huge flames and smoke. It burned fast and for a long time because of the motor oil, gasoline, and heating oil inside. There was also a tanker in the building, but it was empty. Firefighters were immediately concerned with the air and water quality.
About 5,000 to 6,000 gallons of petroleum were inside the facility. Trying to contain that with foam, also worried about runoff, so they've also set up some diking procedures downstream to prevent any runoff into the creek.
No one was injured. Firefighters say the owners of the business are devastated.
New at 11, Metro Police are investigating a hit-and-run crash that left a Hoosier troop severely hurt. It happened on Morris and West Streets. Police say the driver of a maroon Intrepid T-boned a Honda. Officers say after the crash, the driver fled on foot. Police called K-9 units to track him down, but lost him. They did find marijuana in his car. The victim of the crash is Zachary Clevenger of Greenwood. He was taken to Methodist Hospital in critical condition. Police say he just returned home from Iraq. President Bush made surprise visits to Iraq and Afghanistan today, but an even bigger surprise came during one of his news conferences. As Catherine Brown reports, it seems Americans are not the only ones anxious to get U.S. troops out of the war zone.
It's an Iraqi show of contempt, and today President Bush got a double dose of it in size 10. Officials at a news conference with Iraqi President Jalal Talabani ordered cameras to stop recording while they removed the shoe thrower. Minutes later, Mr. Bush tried to make it clear he was not the least bit ruffled.
So what if the guy threw a shoe at me? I didn't feel the least bit threatened by it.
The now shoeless man is Muntadar al-Zaidi, a reporter for al-Baghdadiya television. With the first throw, he yelled, "This is a gift from the Iraqis. This is a farewell kiss, you dog." With the second shoe, "This is from the widows, the orphans, and those who were killed in Iraq." President Bush touched down in the heavily fortified Green Zone this morning, beginning his 4th and final visit to the war-torn country. He's celebrating a new security pact between Washington and Baghdad, which calls for U.S. troops to withdraw by 2011. In just 37 days, President Bush will hand the Iraqi conflict over to President-elect Barack Obama, who's vowed to bring the war to a close within 16 months. But Sunday, Bush made it clear the battle is not over and defended his decision to go to war.
But it has been necessary for American security, Iraqi hope, and world peace.
The unpopular war has lasted nearly 6 years, taken the lives of more than 4,000 members of the military, and cost taxpayers about $576 billion. It's tied to Mr. Bush's legacy, and now, too, is this image of contempt. Catherine Brown for CBS News, Washington.
The Iraqi Defense Ministry says some American troops may remain in urban areas of Iraq beyond a summer deadline to pull back. That is only if they get permission from the Iraqi government. Under a security agreement, U.S. troops would leave all cities by June 30th.
Well, we could be in for some weather changes starting tomorrow. Forecast 8's Alicia Roman joins us with what we can expect.
Yeah, Jean, we're already seeing some rain showers moving in through central Indiana right now as we take a look at Forecast 8 Viper. You can see them extending from Muncie down through Seymour, and then we have a bigger batch of rain showers. Also some freezing rain, sleet, and snow still back to our west, and that will make its way here by tomorrow. So for your morning commute, you can expect all rain. Temperatures will be in the mid-30s by noon, though, 31 degrees with that mix changing from freezing rain to sleet. And for the afternoon commute, Temperatures will be 28 degrees, and we're going to see a chance for that light snow developing by Monday evening. We'll take a look at the 5-day and what you can expect for the rest of the work week coming up in the next few moments.
Thanks, Alicia.
Well, the Colts only need 2 wins in their last 3 games to make the playoffs.
And today's home game with the winless Lions look like an easy one on paper. 24-hour News 8's Anthony Calhoun joins us now with the story. AC.
Man, they're hot, aren't they? They're playing great football these days. Good evening to you. Well, the Lions may look like a pushover in the record column, but they played the Colts tough today. Tony Dungy's team looking for 10 wins for the 7th straight year. Dominique Rose got the Colts off to a good start in this game, going in for the touchdown. Indianapolis was up 7-0 after the first quarter. Colts are in business early in the second. Kevin Smith coughs it up there. That looks like a route for the Colts right there, especially after Chad Simpson goes in for his first career touchdown. Colts on top 14-3. You can see Wish TV Sports Soccer analyst Dallas Clark, of course, coming up a little bit later here on the show. And Dallas, boy, the Lions saw him all day. 12 catches for 142 yards and a touchdown. The Lions played the Colts tough today, but it was all Indianapolis. The Colts get it done 31-21. As I just mentioned, sports soccer analyst Dallas Clark will join me about 10 minutes from now with all the latest on today's big win for your Indianapolis Colts. Let's send it back over to you, Jen.
Before today's game against Detroit, Colts fans dropped off shoes for the needy. The finish line and the Colts teamed up to host a Souls for Souls project. Both groups asked fans to bring gently worn shoes to the game. The shoes are given to those in need.
This is the first time we've done it outside of our stores. We collected over 85,000 pairs of shoes in Finish Line stores nationwide from June through September.
Organizers plan to count the shoes tomorrow, but they believe they have almost 1,000 pairs ready to go to needy families.
Sending unsolicited faxes could cost an out-of-state company a lot of money. The Indiana Attorney General's office filed a lawsuit for violating the Do Not Fax law. 24-hour News 8's Jennifer McGilvray has more on the lawsuit from our newsroom.
Many businesses were tired of receiving unwanted faxes, and when the solicitation didn't stop, some businesses asked the Attorney General's office to step in. Indiana Attorney General Steve Carter has filed 18 lawsuits against violators of the Do Not Fax law. Carter says this latest lawsuit is the largest, with 1,842 complaints since the law started in January 2007.
When you have nearly 2,000 complaints filed with us, you know there are many more thousands of Hoosiers who've been victimized by these junk faxes.
Carter says Texas-based Envarian Corporation sent unsolicited junk faxes advertising financial stock and investment opportunities. Some were titled Hot Stocks on the Street, Momentum Trader, or Asian Investment Alert.
We are also seeking financial penalties. The financial penalties can be up to $1,500 per violation.
Carter says not only are fax blasts annoying, but it also costs businesses money to replace ink, toners, and paper.
It may not seem like a big deal, the fax, the paper, the printer, but think of the lost productivity. Every morning when a business has to start out sorting through 30 junk faxes to find that 1 or 2 that they were expecting, is quite a loss of productivity.
The AG's office says it tried to resolve the problem before filing a lawsuit.
So there's no excuse that they didn't know what the law is. Sometimes businesses will think that it's just the cost of doing business, that they're willing to pay some penalties here and there.
But we tried to get a hold of Envarian Corporation, but our attempts were unsuccessful. If you'd like to make a complaint about unwanted faxes, you can go to www.indianaconsumer.com. Jennifer McGilvray, 24-hour News 8.
And White House officials say don't expect any immediate announcements of auto industry loans. The Bush administration is considering ways to provide emergency aid to the big three. A spokesperson hinted the administration would step in after Congress failed to approve $14 billion in loans. The money could come from the Wall Street bailout. $15 billion of it is still uncommitted.
There are fresh calls for Illinois' embattled governor to step down next when the state attorney general thinks it could happen.
First, the Northeast. Now another region is dealing with severe winter weather. We'll have an update.
Whether you're looking forward to school closings
or dreading an icy commute,
you need a reliable forecast.
Count on Wish TV's Forecast 8, constantly tracking the changes that make the difference between rain, snow, and ice, giving you an accurate look at your neighborhood.
Because what's happening in Carmel may not be what's happening in Columbus.
You need to know, which is why we work around the clock. Forecast 8, your 24-hour weather source. See the difference.
Every cigarette is doing you damage. This is part of an aorta, the main artery from the heart. Smoking makes artery walls sticky and collect dangerous fatty deposits. This much was found stuck to the aortal wall of a smoker, age 32. Every cigarette is doing you damage, so the sooner you quit, the better you'll be.
Do big box stores really have the best prices? Let's take the Canon Rebel XS with 10.1 megapixel and a live view function. It comes with an 18 to 55 millimeter IS lens and all these accessories, all for about $550. At Roberts, you get the same great Canon and all the same stuff for only $449.97. And you get this guy, Ken. He'll teach you how to use your new Canon for no extra cost. Get the picture? Shop for Canon at Roberts.
Ah, it's another great day at IndianapolisHondaDealers.com. It's the place to go for money-saving offers on Hondas, dealer websites and locations, news and fun giveaways from your Indianapolis Honda dealers. Stop by and see what pops up.
The holiday shopping schedule was tight, store after store. Nothing seemed right. When a sudden idea popped in his head. Scratch-off games from the Hoosier Lottery. That's it, he said. Winter Sevens for Tom, Tic-Tac Snow for Sue, Frosty Fortune for John, and a cash blizzard or two. In an instant, the shopping was done, and all that was left was great holiday fun. This year, give the gifts everyone loves. Scratch-off games from the Hoosier Lottery. Fun to give, fun to get.
All right, guys, go get in the car. Everybody buckle up. All right.
Local agents and employees for faster resolution. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're part of your life.
Final voter turnout numbers for the presidential election show more people voted than ever before. More than 131 million people cast a ballot. Early voting also hit a new high, a little more than 31%. States finished certifying their tallies this weekend. The Electoral College is set to elect Obama president tomorrow.
There are fresh calls for Governor Rod Blagojevich to resign. Several Illinois lawmakers hit the Sunday political talk show circuit. Illinois Attorney General Lisa Madigan claims that she's heard Blagojevich might make an announcement tomorrow, but his office denies that. Madigan is asking the state Supreme Court to strip the governor of his power, and the state legislature could consider impeachment proceedings this week.
We think it is absolutely obvious that he is incapable of governing, and for the best thing to do is to move aside.
Governor Blagojevich faces federal corruption charges for trying to sell the Senate seat left behind by President-elect Barack Obama. He denies any wrongdoing. 2 people on board a sinking sailboat are safe after a very dramatic rescue. You can see the boat in distress in high seas off of a San Diego area coast. The Coast Guard reports the boat was stuck, but still being tossed around by the surf. Both people jumped into the water and were rescued by lifeguards. Neither were injured.
We have rain showers now moving in through central Indiana, but we do have some freezing precipitation still back to our west. When will it get here? I'll let you know coming up right after the break.
Year after year, a lot changes in farming. But one thing's for sure, the seed that earns your trust gets planted every spring. Asgrow soybeans consistently deliver high yields and the innovation you need. When your livelihood depends on the choices you make, Asgrow delivers.
You can count on Asgrow through the years.
I did lose some weight. I get really hungry in the afternoon.
And that is when I crave strawberry shortcake.
Oh, I want some right now. No. Key lime pie.
Boston cream pie. Ooh, have
Boston cream pie? Ladies, please don't.
Richard,
no, listen. You need to exercise. Richard, you need to know your worth. Farewell to fat. Yes!
Yo Play Light. With 28 delicious flavors at 100 calories, it only sounds fattening.
Keep it up, girls. Believe in you. I believe in you.
Nearly 60 years ago, the Horseshoe legend was forged, one of the first great casinos ever created. Now, the legend has come to southern Indiana, offering the best odds, highest limits, and biggest jackpots. Discover the ultimate gambling experience at Horseshoe Casino, southern Indiana. The legend has arrived, just 20 minutes from downtown Louisville off I-64.
The Salvation Army has topped its goal for a radiothon hosted by WIBC. The final total was more than $200,000, much more than the original goal of $175,000. It was a good showing in spite of a recent study by the Indiana University Center on Philanthropy. It found charitable giving by Hoosiers had actually dropped more than 5% from 2003 to 2006. What does that mean for 2009?
Well, we have to stay positive. We have to get our story out there, let folks know what we're doing for those folks who are affected by this downturn in the economy. And I think when we can do that, folks step up and will help us.
Even though the radiothon is over, you can still donate new unwrapped toys to the Salvation Army through the Wish Tree program. They'll be accepting toys through Tuesday at their main headquarters.
North Dakota officials are urging people not to travel because of blizzard conditions. The state closed part of an interstate that runs across much of North Dakota this morning. Forecasters say up to 13 inches of snow has fallen. Hundreds of thousands are still without power in the Northeast following an ice storm there. Utility crews say it could be days before power is completely restored. The storm hit Thursday. In addition to the outages, at least 4 deaths are being blamed on it. Wow.
And we're going to expect some snow tomorrow, aren't we?
Yes, it looks like as that system continues to get closer to us, it's going to change from rain over to snow. So that warm day we had today is going to be long gone, especially by tomorrow and the next couple days after that. Let's take a look at Forecast 8 Viper, and you can see rain showers moving through central Indiana as of now. And this is all ahead of a system still back to our west, and behind the cold front is actually freezing rain, sleet, and also snow. And this is making its way eastward, and we'll see it by tomorrow. Right now, temperatures are in the 50s. The winds have been gusty all day. These are actual wind speeds sustained in the 21 mile per hour here in Indianapolis, 23 in Shelbyville, with even higher gusts around 30 miles per hour. And we could see them get even higher to about 40 or 50, so we'll continue the wind advisory until tomorrow morning. Here's Forecast 8 Futurecast. Rain first as the cold front moves through. Back behind it, colder air will change the rain over to some freezing rain, also sleet. Before we get to that, temperature low tonight will be 34 degrees by morning. The cold front will move by, and then we'll see that freezing rain, sleet mixture, and then changing over to snow by Monday evening. So this is a look ahead at what you can expect for Monday. The morning commute will be rainy. We'll see temperatures above freezing. Then by lunchtime, temperatures will be right around 31 degrees, and that's when we'll see that transition between freezing rain and sleet, and then some light snow as we wrap the day up. So the afternoon commute could be slick. Some of those roadways could have a little bit of snow on them as temperatures will be right around 28 degrees. Heading into Tuesday, we'll hit a dry period, and then by Tuesday afternoon, another round of light snow will move in. Also, we do have a chance for a little bit of wintry precipitation. Once again, that freezing rain you could see right here, right through central Indianapolis, could see that freezing rain mixture is like as indicated by the pink color on the screen right now. Here's a look at your 5-day forecast plus the extended. Temperatures in the 30s, 40 for Thursday, and then as we head into Thursday afternoon, we could see some rain showers, then changing over to some snow flurries by Friday morning, and then colder air surges back in for the upcoming weekend, 15 degrees. Do you see that low temperature? So once again, we'll be dealing with cold temperatures by the next weekend.
Next Sunday. Okay, thanks, Alicia.
And Sports Soccer Sunday starts now with AC and his special guest.
Well, thanks a lot. What a day today for this guy right here, Dallas Clark. A record day for you and a great win for you guys. You're only one win away from making it to the playoffs once again. How does it feel to have 7 wins in a row?
You know, one step closer. You know, it was a tough one. Lions fought hard, but you know, we're able to get the win at the end, and you know, one step closer. So you know, it's good to keep this roll going and you know, see where it goes.
Well, we got so much tonight to talk about on Sports Soccer Sunday. You ready to have some fun, my man?
Let's do it.
All right, a lot to talk about, and what a day for Dallas Clark. He sets a Colts record, and we'll also talk to him about that great touchdown catch and how in the world did he survive this hit? Yeah, right there. DC tells all tonight. Also tonight on the show, we'll take a look at the playoff situation as well for the Colts. And big news tonight out of Muncie is Ball State's football coach Brady Hoke on his way out of town. Details on his future is all next. Stick with us next on Sports Soccer Sunday.
Wish TV is giving you a chance to play Santa. Win a holiday gift package from the U.S. Senior Open, Andrews Jewelers, and bounce you. To enter, just log on to wishtv.com and click on the contest page. And happy holidays from Wish TV.